Hey everyone, welcome to the Crafty Yarn Barn. I'm going to show you how to crochet, teaching you the basics of a chain and single crochet stitch. And with that stitch, you can make thousands of projects. So all you need to learn to crochet is some yarn, a crochet hook, and some scissors. The yarn needle or the yarn darner is an optional piece. I'll show you how to use that at the end. If you don't have one, that's okay. We can use our crochet hook to do the same thing that I'll show you with the needle. First thing you need to know is the size of crochet hook that you're going to use with the yarn that you have. On the back of your label on your yarn, there is going to be a box that tells you the size of the crochet hook. The first square will tell you the weight of the yarn. So this is a size 4 weighted medium yarn that I have. This next box is for knitters. On this final box here, you'll see a little symbol that looks like a crochet hook. And inside the middle of that square, it tells you that you need a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. In the US, it's called an I/9 size crochet hook. Here's the crochet hook that I have, and as you see here on the end, it says it's a size I crochet hook. You'll generally be able to find the sizing of your hook on your handle of the crochet hook. Before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe so you can see more projects and videos that come out for beginners using the stitches that I'm about to show you, and I give you step-by-step tutorials helping you along the way as you make these projects and learn to hone your craft of crocheting. All right, let's get going. The first thing that we need to do is make a slip knot to put the yarn connected to our crochet hook. So this is the yarn tail. It's the little piece that hangs down. And then this yarn that connects to the skein of yarn is our working yarn. So you're going to let the tail hang down over your hand. You'll take the yarn and wrap it around your first 2 fingers, cross it over, and take this working yarn and put it through the loop of yarn that's already on your fingers. Grab that piece of yarn, the working yarn, the tail, grab it in your other hand and just pull it tight where that yarn creates a knot. Put your hook into the loop, grab your working yarn and your yarn tail and just pull it tight. Don't pull it so tight that you can't move your crochet hook around with that loop of yarn, because that's going to be how you make your stitches, and you don't want to make it hard on yourself as you crochet. So let this yarn tail hang down over here. Take this working yarn that's hooked to your skein of yarn or your ball of yarn, and the way you're going to hold your yarn is you're just going to lay it in your hand between your ring finger and your little finger and bring it over the top of your hand. And you can close your ring finger and your little finger together and open it, and that's going to let that yarn slide through. And that's going to control the tension of the yarn. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to make our foundation chain. So we're going to take our crochet hook and we're going to make a chain stitch. So hold the yarn, the working yarn, here between your middle finger and your thumb. You're going to take your crochet hook and go underneath. And you use your pointing finger really to kind of control the tension of that yarn. If you let your finger down, see how loose it is, and you pull your finger up? So that controls the tension of this yarn right here. So you're going to put your crochet hook underneath, bring it up, and then you're going to turn the head of your crochet hook down. It's going to loop right up under this hook, the pointy piece of your crochet hook. You're going to pull your hook through the loop of yarn that's on the hook, and that's a chain. And you're going to use your pointy finger to sort of pull that yarn up. Take your hook, go underneath it. It's called yarn over. Tone your hook down, and you're going to pull it through the loop of yarn that's on your hook. Go up underneath it, turn your hook downward where it connects right up underneath there, and you're going to pull it through the loop of yarn that's on your hook. So those are chain stitches. We've made 3. This is number 4, number 5, number 6. And as you're crocheting, you're just moving your fingers up that chain. Number 7, number 8, number 9, 10, we're going to make 11, and then there's 12. We're going to make 12 chains. And that's where we're going to stop. We're going to make a little swatch. I'm going to show you really this foundation chain that you just made. And you see the foundation chain? This is the front of it. And it has little V's. These little chain stitches look like little V's. If you turn the chain over, you can see these ridges that are on the back. See these little bumps and these ridges? That's the back of your foundation chain. So on the front of it, we're going to hold it where you see the V's. And to make our single crochet stitch, you're going to go right into that V, and you're going to put your crochet hook right into that V. So we're going to go into the second chain from the hook. The loop of yarn on your hook is not a chain. The first chain is this last stitch that you made, and then here's the second chain. So you're going to put your crochet hook right into that stitch. So go right into the stitch, push it through. You're going to yarn over like you did when you made your foundation chain, and you're going to pull that loop of yarn through that foundation chain, and you should have 2 loops of yarn on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull your hook through both loops of yarn. That is a single crochet stitch. Congratulations, that's your first stitch that you've made. Now what we're going to do is to go all the way down this foundation chain. Into each chain, we're going to put a single crochet. So go into the next stitch, put your hook in, push it through, yarn over, pull it through. You should have 2 loops of yarn on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull it through both loops of yarn. Then you're going to go into the next foundation chain, yarn over and pull it through, and yarn over and pull it through both loops of yarn on your hook. And you're going to go all the way down that foundation chain, and you're going to put single crochets into every foundation chain that you made. I'm going to go slow here so you can see and watch. All right, so as you get to the end of the chain, you're going to stop there, and I'll show you how to turn your work, and we'll go back the other way and put another row of stitches on top of the row that we're making right now. Here in just a second. Okay, now we're at the end of the row. This is our last foundation chain, so I'm going to go right into it. Yarn over, pull it through, and do a single crochet, just like I've been doing. And there's your first row of stitches that you've made. Now we're going to turn our work, but first, before we do, we're going to chain 1. And we're going to turn our work just like you turn the page of a book from right to left. So take your work and you're going to turn it over. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go back the other way. Now that's the chain you just made. And then right beneath that chain, that's your crochet stitch, your last single crochet stitch that you made on the row beneath. So you're going to put your hook right through top of that stitch. You can see the tops of these single crochets, they also look like a V, just like your chain did, your foundation chain. Now, as you're looking at that single crochet stitch below that you're going to crochet into, this is right here is called your front loop. And then this loop right here is called your back loop. Your front loop and your back loop. You're going to put your crochet hook right into that stitch right underneath the front loop and the back loop. So now you're going to yarn over and pull that yarn through, yarn over and pull it through both loops of yarn on your hook. That's a single crochet. You're going to go right into that stitch, and you see the front loop and the back loop. You're going to yarn over and pull it through, and yarn over and pull it through both loops of yarn on your hook. And you're going to go all the way down that row and put single crochets into the top of each single crochet that you made on row 1. So the great thing about this is, and the thing is when you mess up, just like I just did there, all you need to do is take your yarn and you can just pull it out. Say if you've messed up several stitches, you can just pull them out, and then you can just pick up where you left off. Put your hook right back in there, and then continue crocheting. And as you start learning this, my suggestion to you is you make several swatches, small little pieces of fabric, practicing the chain stitch and the single crochet stitch. And as you get more comfortable holding your crochet hook, holding the yarn, you'll find out the techniques that work best for you. And slowly you'll get better at it. And it doesn't take very long, actually. Go right into the top of that stitch, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over and pull it through both loops. Just like I showed you earlier, you're going to chain one and turn your work from right to left. So I'm going to go ahead and make about 5 or 6 more rows, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how to fasten off, sew in your yarn tails. So I've reached the end, and I've made, I believe, 12 rows. Let's count them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So yep, 12th row. And on my last stitch, I'm going to put it right through there, make my single crochet, and now I'm going to show you how to fasten off. So I'm going to get my scissors. I'm going to cut a pretty good size yarn tail here. I'm going to take my hook, yarn over, go underneath, and then I'm going to pull that yarn all the way through that loop, put my hook aside, and take that tail, and I'm going to just pull it tight. And that has fastened off and ended our work. Now I'm going to get my needle, and I'm going to sew in my yarn tails. And the way I sew mine in is I go and follow the yarn down, and then I'll go down a couple of inches, and then I'll come back the other way. So I'll just put my yarn right through there, those stitches that I've made. Come down just a little bit further. And then I'll come down this way. And I'll come back the other way. And it hides that yarn right into our project. I'll take my scissors and then clip it off right next to your work. Then you don't see that yarn tail at all. And if you don't have a needle, what you can do is you can take your crochet hook and you can go right into those stitches, and you can pull your yarn tail right through that, and you can go right down your project. Instead of that needle, you can yarn over and just pull it through and hide that yarn right into your work with your crochet hook rather than having a yarn needle. And you can go on down a little bit further. I'm not, just for the sake of the video, you clip it off and you see there it's hidden. But I would do that down a little bit further and come back the other way. So now you have your little swatch. Awesome. So proud of you. All you need to do, I think, just spend a little bit of time, a few minutes each day, practicing and making these little swatches. And before you know it, in no time, your tension, your uniformity of your stitches, everything's going to improve so quickly. Check out in the comments below. I have a link where you can find a project where I'll step you through it step by step on making a dishcloth or washcloth using these same single crochet stitches. Also, check out playlist on beginner projects made just for you to help you as you go on the journey and learn to crochet. Thanks for tuning into the Crafty Yarn Barn. I appreciate it, and I look forward to you joining us along the way as you make new projects and try out new things. See you soon. Bye.